Hello everyone, I am Charlotte Octavia, a student of Universitas Tanjung Pura, English Education Study Program Batch 2021. So in this video, I will deliver my summarize and explanation regarding the subject ELT curriculum, supervised by Mme. Dwi Rianti. So, moving on to the first section, it will be summarize and explain what I have learned in this class for at least about 5 topics. So, the first topic is regarding the curriculum design. What I have learned about this curriculum design is that there is one model of part of the curriculum design process, which is there are 3 outside circles and subdivided inner circles. So, the 3 outside circles are principles, environment, and needs, which involve practical and theoretical considerations that will have a major effect in guiding the actual process of course production. And also there are few factors to consider in 3 sub-processes when designing a course, which are environment analysis, needs analysis, and the applications of principles. The inner circles has goals as its centers. This is meant to reflect the importance of having clear general goals for a course. And to support that goals as the center, there are 3 main points. The first one is the content and sequencing. The second is the format and presentation. And the third one is the monitoring and assessment. So to cover all of this, there is one big circle that covers all of them, which name is evaluation. So evaluation can involve looking at every aspect of a course to judge if the course is adequate and where it needs improvement. Moving on to the second topic is 8 types of curriculum operating in school, which based on print on 1993. So the first type is the ideal or recommended curriculum. The second is the entitlement curriculum. The third is the intended or written curriculum. The fourth is the available or supported curriculum. The fifth is the implemented curriculum. The sixth, the attained curriculum. 7, the achieved curriculum. And 8, lastly, the hidden curriculum. So that will close the second topic. Moving on to my third topic is about syllabus. So what I have learned about this syllabus is that syllabus is about how the student can know the topics, assignments, and even schedule of a subject by reading syllabus. And it also covers the rules, the policies, and instructions inside the class. And also syllabus, some is a summary of a particular subject. It defines by teacher or professor, and then syllabus refers to what to be taught to the learners. My fourth topic is about course planning and syllabus design. So this topic is the most memorable because I used to make the syllabus design with a few friends, and what I have learned about is every detail of the syllabus is very important. Like how to build a good syllabus design, then I have to pay attention to several points like the course information, the course rationale, entry and exit level, and also course learning objective, course content, grading criteria, and even how to get a good reference to build the precisely syllabus. My fifth topic is about communicative approach in curriculum. This is also one of my memorable journey in this subject because I used to presentation about this topic. So the definitions of curriculum approach is a way to teach a second or a foreign languages that focuses on learners' interaction, whether as the means of the ultimate goal of learning a target language. So based on the idea that learning a language successfully comes through having a communicate real meaning. When learners are involved in real communication, their natural strategies for language acquisitions will be used, and this will allow them to learn to use the language itself. And also communicative practice refers to activities where practice in using language within a real communicative context is the focus, where real information is exchanged and where the language used is not totally predictable. And for example, like students might have to draw a map of their neighborhood and answer questions about the locations of different places. Communicative language teaching set as it goes to the teaching of communicative competencies, which are the first, knowing how to use language for a range of different purposes and functions. The second is knowing how to vary our use of language according to the setting and the participants. The third point is knowing how to produce and understand different types of text. And lastly, the fourth point is knowing how to maintain communication despite having limitation in one's language knowledge. So that will be the closing of my first session. Moving on to the second session is there will be two questions that I will answer. The first one is regarding about compare and analyze two curricula in Indonesia and identify the similarities and differences. So, the first things first. Kurikulum Tingkat Satuan Pendidikan or KTSP is an operational educational curriculum developed and implemented in each Indonesian educational unit. And KTSP is required by law. National Education System Law Number 20 of 2003 and Indonesian Government Regulation Number 19 of 2005 on National Education Standards of the KTSP is made up of unit-level education objectives, the structure and content of the education level curriculum, and educational calendar and a syllabus. The KTSP implementation refers to the National Education Minister's Regulation Number 24 on 2006 on the implementation of the SI and SKL. So, K13 or Curriculum 2013 is a set of curriculum implemented by the government to replace the KTSP, which had been in place for about 6 years. And Curriculum 2013 was put on trial in 2013 itself by converting some schools into startup schools. And according to the Ministry of Education and Culture, K13 has 3 assessment components, which are knowledge, skills, and attitudes behavior. There are materials that have been streamlined and added to the K13, particularly in the learning materials. One of the differences between KTSP and K13 is that the K13, everything of the learning process in elementary and all subjects in junior or senior high school are conducted with a scientific approach, which is the standard in the learning process, which consists of observing, asking, reworking, presenting, summing, and lastly creating. But in KTSP, the standard of process in learning is exploration, elaboration, and confirmation. That will be the differences among the two of them. Moving on to the second question is the CLT or Communicative Language Teaching development since 1990s and the reason why it will be used for a long period. So, CLT or Communicative Language Teaching emerged in the early 1970s to address the needs of meaningful communicative aspects of language learning that were not addressed by the Structural Situational Approach or SSA and audiolingualism or ALM. According to Nunan, 1999, language was then viewed as a concrete system of meaning negotiation rather than abstract syntactic rules. And also, according to Richards on 2006, while syntactic grammatical rules provide information for learners to produce grammatically correct languages, there is a shift in emphasis towards appropriate grammar and other aspects of language for different communicative purposes, such as making requests, giving advice, making suggestions, describing wishes and needs. According to Richards and Rogers on 2001, there are 5 CLT principles that should be applied in the classroom. Firstly, learning by doing. Secondly, authentic and meaningful communication orientation. Thirdly, focusing on fluency. Fourth is the integrating different language skills in communications. And lastly, the fifth Learning is a creative process, and errors and mistakes are part of the learning process itself. At the end, according to the research, when teachers were asked why they use this CLT, they stated that it is because of some features of CLT, such as dynamics, vibrant opportunities provided for students. Students will not become bored, and they also acknowledge that it is still difficult to motivate the passive students inside the class through this CLT. But this demonstrates that CLT is widely regarded as an effective, motivating, and engaging method, despite the fact that some participants had difficulty implementing it. But finally, this is no emphasis on non-communicative activities in the strong version of CLT, because in the long run or long term, linguistic information and other skills will be deliberately incorporated into learners' language and will bear communicative competence. So that's all of my content in this video. I hope it is useful, and thank you for watching. Goodbye!